Bye, 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 bye. Oh my God, evergreen music right here on the throwback edition of eSplash. And I can see a lot of people reeling in their seats, and the ones who are tired of sitting are actually standing up to dance.
Yes, because it's Thursday, and that is what we bring to you on Thursdays. Yeah, that's why it's one of my favorites. In fact, it's my favorite. I look forward to it. Yeah.
All right, let's just dive straight into the entertainment news, and we are starting with this one. Mr. Ibu seeks public assistance as he battles an ailment. Veteran actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, has come out to seek financial aid as he battles an ailment that may cost him his leg. In a video shared on his Instagram page, the ailing actor said he has been down for so many weeks and has been on admission in the hospital. He further stated that the medical doctors have said that if they exhaust the options they have, they might resort to cutting off his leg. He therefore asked Nigerians to pray for him and also support him financially while sharing his account details in the video. Mr. Ibu's wife and daughter were also in the video, pleading with Nigerians to keep them in their prayers and lend financial assistance where necessary. She said, and I quote, "I've been the one handling the bills and I am financially drained. We can't do it alone. He's not getting better. Some days it looks like he is and other days it looks like he's getting worse. We're still at the hospital and they want to transfer him to another hospital because he's not getting better. We want to appeal to Nigerian individuals or organizations to please fly Daddy abroad for better treatment. This is not the first time Daddy's down like this," end of quote. Just so you know, the veteran comic actor celebrated his 62nd birthday yesterday in his hospital room surrounded by family members.
And this is one thing we have always spoken about.
Yeah.
It's so scary to take ill in Nigeria. You do not even want to have any ailments in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And well, for somebody who's not lazy, who's been working all his life, he's done his own part. And at the end of the day, you know, he's sick and he's been fitting his bills and now he's drained. He can no longer do it. And I know that we've interviewed, you know, veterans, in fact, people in the industry, and I've asked this question because, you know, you don't want to think about life and this life is happening to you in this way. You don't even want to be sick at all because, number one, the health system, number two, the money because how can you be brilliant? How can you have what you offer, you bring to the table, and at the end of the day, you take ill and you cannot, you know, foot your own bills, you know, because you don't have any longer. And it goes back to the roots, all the things I've been talking about. How much do these people get paid? When you look at other clients and you compare, it is not even the same thing. And, you know, when you think about this type of thing, like I'm just going back to everything I said, you just get very scared because this could actually be anybody. Because, okay, some people will say, okay, watch the lifestyle you live, because when they hear that they want to cut the leg, maybe the first thing that will come to mind, you might think, oh, maybe he is diabetic or something, but it might not even be. Like, how about people who never even thought about anything and all of a sudden cancer just comes to them?
Up,
You know, like it's just very, I don't know what to think about it. We can only wish Mr. Ibu the very best, and I really do hope that this help that is seeking, you know, he gets at the end of the day. I really hope so, that he gets it fast too, so that, I mean, I don't want to say any.
Yeah, in the comment section of that post, I could see a lot of people already saying they've sent what they could, and they hope he gets well soon. And it's just sad that every time a veteran Nollywood actor or actress or a veteran celebrity needs help for something, they have to come out to raise funds. And taking a bit from what you said, we've seen even superstars that are making millions now. A lot of them have told their stories that when they started back then, some of them were paid 2,000 naira, 5,000, 10,000 naira. Even recently, a couple of them that started in the 20th century, not even talking about the 21st century, a lot of them said they were paid 5,000 or 10,000, or they had to join one team or the other. So it's just a whole lot, and we just hope that better things can begin to happen and the health system can also be looked into so that when there are issues with Nigerians, we do not have to raise funds to fly out. Instead, everything can be done here. And kudos to all the doctors who are out there doing their jobs diligently.
Well done. All right, so moving on. Drake ties Michael Jackson for Miss #1 hit by a male artist. A new king has emerged as Drake, who rapped about being one away from Michael Jackson on his new album, For All the Dogs, tied to the record with the same song where the Toronto native made the claim. Drake is celebrating an exceptional chart accomplishment this week as he secured the #1 spot in both the Billboard 200 albums chart and the Hot 100 songs ranking with his latest release, For All the Dogs. Also, one of the tracks, First Person Shooter, which features J. Cole, debuted at the summit of the Hot 100 Songs chart, making it his 13th #1. This is also the first #1 for J. Cole. This latest feat now puts him on par with the legendary late Michael Jackson for the 4th most champions on the tally, who also achieved a remarkable 13 chart toppers during his lifetime. Just so you know, Drake has now broken his tie with Madonna and the Supremes, who are steady with their 12 #1 hits. Drake matched this to less than a month ago when Slime You Out, a collaboration with Caesar featured of For All the Dogs, debuted in the top spot on the Hot 100. Regarding the most Billboard #1 hits in history, Drake has a few more to go before he sits atop that mountain. Currently in third is Rihanna, and the top 2 artists with the most Billboard Hot 100 #1 hit songs are Mariah Carey with 19 and the Beatles with 20.
Drake's growth is massive, and where he is now is...
I said phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Where he is now is due to hard work.
Yeah.
And this is why we tell people, do not give up. No matter what happens, do not give up. Keep at it. Recently, sometime this week, we gave a story about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And I remember King OJ reminding people that how she started all over.
Yeah.
So there are times that you would fall and you feel you've lost everything. But just start all over. You don't even know if it's the new style you bring that people would even love more than what you were doing in the past. And this is Drake, surpassing records, breaking records on Billboard, on Spotify, on all the streaming platforms. It's not easy. And then he's also not just breaking records, but also helping people create records.
That's right.
Like, it's the first time J. Cole
is going to be
debuting at #1. Yes.
He's been featured. Fantastic.
And that's why they say follow no road.
That's right. Fantastic. Well done to Drake. I mean, this is not even short of hard work at all. And I must say that he even spoke it into existence. The same record where he actually talked about, you know, being almost close to Michael Jackson, one away. And that's actually happened. Kudos, well done. It shows that hard work actually pays at the end of the day. But, you know, a lot of people are actually working hard. You just want somewhere, an environment that will enable you, that will help you bring everything together in time. You don't want to be working and working forever and you don't have anything to show for it. Congratulations. We're here for this, and we do hope that more people too, you know, will be thriving this way, as people have been doing all the time.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, collect your flowers already.
All day, every day.
And the Beatles, fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, still on the entertainment news, drama as Britney Spears reveals she terminated a pregnancy during relationship with Justin Timberlake. American singer Britney Spears, in a soon-to-be-released memoir, has revealed that she had to abort a pregnancy while she was dating singer Justin Timberlake because he didn't want a baby at the time. The published first chapter of the pop star's The Woman in Me memoir details the abuse she is said to have endured during the peculiar conservatorship she was placed under between 2008 and 2021, as well as the abortion she's said to have had while dating the American singer. According to People magazine, Britney Spears noted that the pregnancy was a surprise, but one she was willing to welcome because she loved Justin Timberlake, as she wanted to have a family with him someday. Unfortunately, the news was not well welcomed by her partner, who was not ready for children. She wrote, and I quote, "He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young. If it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it, and yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father. It was a surprise, but for me it wasn't a tragedy. I loved Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day. This would just be much earlier than I had anticipated. I'm sure people will hate me for this, but I agreed not to have the baby. I don't know if that was the right decision. If it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it, and yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father." End of quote. Britney Spears further stated that the abortion was one of the most agonizing things she has ever experienced in her life. Just so you know, the duo dated between 1999 and 2002, and insiders claim that it was quite serious, as Britney wanted to marry Justin, but that obviously did not work out. Britney has since gone on to have 2 children, Sean Preston and Jaden James, with her second ex-husband, Kevin Federline. Justin, on the other hand, is married to actress Jessica Biel, and they have 2 sons. Britney Spears' book is set to be published on October 24, 2 years after the end of a conservatorship, which she says, and I quote, stripped her of her womanhood, end of quote.
Oh my gosh.
So what say you, Honeypot?
Okay, I would say that, yeah, some people might be asking, so why is she talking about this now? Of course, she has a book, and, you know, people can always tell their truth anytime they want to say it, you know, it is up to them. And, yeah, I know that life can be very interesting. You were dating Justin Timberlake, and, you know, you did not discuss it. You liked him that much that you wanted to have a child with him, and you did not discuss with him. I think that there are issues that once you are an adult and then you start doing stuff, you should already ask the other person so that, you know their take on it. You just don't become pregnant for someone and say, oh, we are pregnant, this is where we are. Of course, I would say that if you're having unprotected sex, you know, you shouldn't expect a plasma TV.
At all.
You know what to expect when you're doing the do. But then I think that these are serious things that need to be discussed. You know, you tell the person, this is what we're about now. If anything happens, this is what I am going to do, and hear the person out. And if you know that you're not on the same page, you already know what to do, whether to stop the person or stop the relationship, or, you know what to do. So I would not even blame him. And that one of now is married and he now has children with another person. Oh, yes, it might just be that at that time, at that point in his life, it was not ready to have children. So it's okay. Life is just very interesting. I mean, we've seen Ginny Ma actually did not want to have any children at all. And, you know, that was in her first marriage, and she cried. She was like, oh, so her husband all of a sudden just woke up and said that he wanted to have, you know, children. And now she got married to another person. And guess who has a child?
Ginny Ma! Surprise!
So, I mean, what exactly are we about? Never say never in this life. Life is just interesting.
Okay, well, Honeypot has said it all, and before we move on, we have a special birthday shout-out. We want to say happy birthday to Chief Mrs. M.M. Okoche, the best friend of our senior producer, OJ. They're like Tom and Jerry, like yin to the yang. Want to wish you the very best, and we hope that today you have an amazing day. She's also one of the presenters on Wake Up Nigeria.
Happy birthday, MM. I love you. Well done.
All right, it's time to hit the rewind button as we take a look back on this day in entertainment history. The trend is Davido with Phyna.
Is Davido training every 2 market days? Like every 2 market days.
Baba
training. I love it. And I think he's the happiest right now.
Yes,
I saw the video with Israel when he was alighting from the plane, and it was, you know, frustrating, and, you know, it was just so happy. I saw the one with Ubi Franklin, and it was like, my nanny. That one was like, why are you always disturbing me? I see the happiness. I think he's just very happy.
So that one is everlasting nanny. He loves, like he trusts his kids with Ubi Franklin.
Yeah, yeah. And now, another thing training, Phyna and Davido. So Davido is saying that he does not know who Phyna is. And Phyna is like, God knows me and all that. And I was so shocked because a normal Phyna on a normal day, you know, the regular Phyna that you know would have, perhaps because it's Davido.
And he has fans.
So you should not want to go that route of you know, very sharp mouth and, you know, and all that. So Davido now responded again with another, like, I'm like, Davido, you shouldn't even have said anything at all. Like, honestly, I don't even know who you are.
But it's the truth. He was saying that he just said something honestly.
Yeah.
That, yes, he was just being honest.
And he now started with my love. I mean, something love. And I'm like, and then you were still going to say something about someone. Then Tacha now
entered the matter.
Phyna, I know you. I'm like, okay, from where?
And then she also went ahead to say that, so why would you say that and now you're coming to try to defend it? Like, I don't get
like,
it.
From where to where? This is not even your business. Like, it wasn't even the Phyna was not taking it to heart like that too. I was like, no. I mean, some fights, just, it's not even some clues. Just leave it to the people that are cruising it.
And then Phyna even already said, God knows me.
Yes.
Davido was even trying to explain that it's not beef, it's not hate.
Yeah.
But I just said something, I gave a honest response.
You know?
It's just like someone just comes and says, oh, do you know this person? Do you know that person? Oh, I don't know this person. I don't know that person.
If I don't think that Phyna was even taking it seriously, because at some point she said that she was going to relocate to another country and then she was going to get their own citizenship. And so somebody now said that, well, even your father rejected you. Somebody said that's a very hurtful stuff to say to someone. But guess what? I think she was in a good mood yesterday. So she did not even come back to tell the person that, what do you know that kind of...
You know what? So with the kind of mood she was in yesterday, what I expected her to respond with is even a king is not respected in his hometown. So
I don't know whether, because people were now calling Chacha out that for somebody who has something tattooed between
oh David.
Oh David, you know, is it that one person is feeling betrayed already or something? Because why is it that you're throwing shades or taking sides with Phyna and then that year you were Davido was your favorite?
My sister.
What's happening?
So sometimes people gonna do things for trends, so you gotta give them the time.
Okay.
Don't talk to me, move on.
Okay.
Like we're about to do.
Well, we are here to always just give you all the
updates.
Spill it.
All right, guys, it is time for Social Feel, so be prepared to have a good time as we'll be looking at some crazy moments from the world of social media. So let's just begin, and we are starting with this one. And this person is saying, now so one girl lie, say them spray her Bitcoin for her birthday. So this is to committee of...
Excuse me?
People who tell us. The committee of liars.
Spray that Bitcoin.
This one is the chairperson of that committee because...
But you know what Bitcoin is?
My sister... Now everything that they spray these days.
Okay.
So when one person says, oh, they gave me this, the other person wants to surpass.
Or perhaps it's like what they did during... what's it called? Pandemic. That's, you know, after pandemic that people go out and then they will print certain stuff. So maybe it's in Bitcoin. So you just print the amount.
Honeypot, pause. You explain tire, no evidence. Let's just move on. They spray you Bitcoin. Which kind lie be that one? Okay, so this is a conversation and this babe posts. You don't need to be bothered. It's just a random post. And then the post is reading, best in dating a poor guy. Random posts.
Okay.
It's really random.
I'm not in that group.
Yeah, so it's a very random post, like she said.
I don't.
It's very random. All right, let's move on and see. When you tell lies or when you say some things, it will still come back to haunt you. This one says, I took my 7-year-old niece to the office with me as we were walking around the office. She started crying and making sad noises, so I asked her what's wrong with her. As my colleagues gathered around, she sobbed loudly. Where are all the clowns that you said you worked with? So be careful what you say around children at home. You know, when you get home and you say, that coconut-headed boy in my office, he has annoyed me today. Tomorrow you get home and say, is that clown that they call this person? The day that you will take that child in that house to the office, all your secrets, it's out in the open. Plus, coconut-headed boss that you used to say, where's that your boss that you say is coconut-headed? Yes, children, they don't fear nobody.
So in his own head, he just wanted to see somebody with red nose and, you know...
7-year-old niece put her in
people
trouble.
will now be like, oh, so you've been going home calling us clowns.
Hey, there was a court. Okay, so this one is for all those people who always feel like they have it all, but they still beg. You say, make I send you 2K. You where they verified for IG. All those people that used to carry IG verification on their head.
So much. So
yes.
I know the reason this person said this. You know, before, it was just a thing that if you deserve it, you apply and then you get it if they think that you should. But these days, people actually pay for it. So you have somebody who has like 500 followers. And
verified.
The person is verified. So people are now paying for it, just like, you know, Twitter, when Elon Musk first, you know, got on that job. And that is what Instagram too is now doing. So if you're, and I think they pay 7,000 per month or thereabouts. So if
subscription.
So if you're paying 7,000 naira per month, and then you're begging for 2K, who am I in the scheme of things? As I have the number of followers that I have, I am not verified because I cannot pay.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So, please, no, they ask me for 2K.
2K, daily 2K that some people are struggling to make. You want to collect it? Collect your blessing. You're going to get it. All right, and this is the first meter I'm using to look at those people. But here, let's find out what this is about. It says, Omo, talking stage, don't they turn something else? So, which one be if you want to sleep, what number do you put the fan? Wow.
That one is not talking stage.
It's not talking stage. This one is asking stage. Because I'm not understanding, like...
No, but you won't blame that person. Maybe the person was in a relationship before and there was a problem the person had. So God, what do you need to know, you know?
True, maybe the fan is always too much for the person, so they want to know if
don't pay before I know. And which side of the bed do you always like to sleep?
Yeah.
The one that has sockets, I mean the one that, because if you are not going to give me the one that has sockets, that we're not going to get into this relationship.
You know that question that should be here? You sleep with your eyes open. So that you don't wake up in the middle of the night and you will see somebody looking at you like
They won't tell you now. So they won't tell you, especially for the snorers. They won't tell you until you fall in love. You'll not be thinking in your life, babe.
All right, so let's check this chat between a vendor and a customer. The customer responds to a post and says, "Now normal singlet abi." The vendor responds, "No." He say, "How much?" He says, 65K original. And the customer says, "Just do like say, I no message you." You know, when you have seen bone that is too much for you, that want to hook your throat, just remove it, because if you do longer throat...
You have a choice now.
My sister,
just say,
if you do long throat, it will hook you. You
pretend. Don't worry. If it is in DM, Instagram DM,
unsend.
We have never met in our lives. Thank you so much. Do me the honors to thank you indeed.
All right, my beautiful people, and that's all we have from the world of social media. Yes, that's all we can take on the Social View today, and we will be back shortly, guys.